Archie Harrison Mountbatten Windsors title when Prince Charles becomes king. When Prince Charles becomes king, his grandson will have the right to use the title of His Royal Highness. But he probably won't. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's. If things remain as they currently stand, that could change when his grandfather becomes the monarch. Archie. So yes, technically, when Charles becomes king, Archie will become His Royal Highness HRH Prince Archie, the same title that his cousins George, Charlotte, and Louis currently use. If the title Prince, who gets to be Prince, or HRH is not dictated by some arcane rule that's broke it down for TC this way this.
Raindrop, truck top, smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up.